Hey folks, I'm Ted Cantu with HotMetroFinance.com, and this afternoon I've got a special treat. I've tracked down Steve Lover, Rabbi Steve Lover, who is the head of Strategic Shifts right here in Southfield, Michigan, and we're talking about personal development and business coaching, and Steve has some amazing ideas about how you can move forward in your own personal and business life. Steve, welcome.
Thank you very much, Ted. It's nice to be here.
Well, thank you. I am actually fascinated with your work on memes and framework, and sometimes like the mental boundaries that we put on ourselves, and how to break free from limiting beliefs so we can move forward and really experience true abundance. So I'm interested in your work, and kind of fill us in on what you do.
Sure. As a coach, most people are playing a game of some sort, because anything that a person does, any endeavor you try to do, can be expressed as a winnable game. And the real trick is to make sure it's winnable. And there's a 5-step process in playing a game and playing it well. And without getting into the real depths of the process itself, very quickly, just the 5 bullet points, if you will, of the process, I'll give them to you, and I'll speak about 2 of them in particular, which is the area I think you're interested in. One is you have to clarify what winning means. You gotta have a good, clear focus. Number 2, personalize your skills and strategies. And the difference between a skill and a strategy is, if you think about hockey, knowing how to skate, knowing how to shoot a puck, knowing how to hold a stick, those are all skills. Knowing what to do when 2 guys are coming, you 50 miles an hour, they're 300-pounders, when you have on the skates and you have this stick and you're about to shoot the puck, that's a strategy. And then to personalize it, how to make use of the strengths that you bring to the table to use those skills and strategies. Then you got to keep score. Those are the mechanics of the game. Now, what a coach does when you're playing your game, and you're not playing as well as you could, he's going to work on 2 areas. And those are the really steps 3 and 4 of the process. One is called your internal game. What has to happen internally for you to play better? And the second one is the environment. What changes can you make in your environment? So that's really what it's all about. And we can speak a little bit more if you want about what the internal game and the environment really means and how that works.
Yeah, I'm fascinated with that. I'd like to hear more.
Good. So let's start with the internal game. And what happens in the internal game is there's something called the mental framework. What a mental framework is, it's the belief that you have. It's not good, it's bad, it's not bad, it's not right, it's not wrong. It serves you or it doesn't. And let me give you a real simple example. You take a 6-year-old who's out playing in front of his house, and his parents are out there with him. They have to go in for a minute. They'll call him over and say, "Listen, Johnny, I don't want you talking to strangers." And the kid says, "Why not?" And the parents say, "Well, strangers could be dangerous." That's a fair framework. That's a fair mindset for a 6-year-old child to have. The problem is the 6-year-old grows up and he becomes a 22-year-old, and he goes out and gets a job selling. It doesn't make a difference what he's selling. Could be insurance, could be cars, could be vacuum cleaners. But he's got this mindset that says strangers could be dangerous. What are the chances he's going to sell anything?
Not very good, I would think.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, so that thought process and that belief of strangers could be dangerous is not good or bad or right or wrong. It served him at 6, and it's not serving him anymore at 22. And we have thousands of frameworks that are about our relationships, that are about our relationship with money, it's about how much money we have, what we're good at, what we're bad at. But they're not good, bad, right, or wrong. We have them because they served us at one time, and now it's exactly what's getting in our way for us to develop to the next level. So when you find in life that you're hitting up against something, and hitting up against it, you're not being successful, you're trying to break through over and over the same thing, what's usually at stake there is there's a framework that's not serving you, and that's why you're not getting to the next level.
So what's the, so if you have a limiting framework or a limiting belief, what's the best way to get rid of that completely?
Well, the very best way to get it is once you can define it and you can see how it served you, it's very easy to replace it with a new one. That's the trick that most people don't get. Most people got these limiting beliefs, and I really even take it off kind of that limiting belief thought process, because that thought process is saying, look, if I just believe something else, I got this kooky belief. It's not that we got a kooky belief. We got a belief that served us. So in other words, I've had one client that I'm not good at anything. I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough. Well, come to find out, there's a history that happened there as kids growing up. And that became a big defense mechanism, because when he had things knock him down in life, he could say, I'm not good enough to pick himself up. It wasn't a problem.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a limiting belief. That was a supportive belief.
Yeah.
The problem is right now it's limiting.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So what we have to do is see where the support came from. If we can find where the belief came from and where the support was, we can very easily say, okay, that's not working for me anymore. What do I want to replace it with? And now let's try that on. And when we try that on, that will automatically change the belief.
Wow, that's really that's gonna be very liberating for somebody who has built like a mental prison, literally, around themselves.
And it can happen quickly. It can happen comfortably. It can happen a lot quicker than you think it does. The reason everything's changed so hard, it's more about being ready to let go of a framework.
Mm-hmm.
You know, sometimes success is not about what you have to do; it's about what you have to stop doing.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So
wow.
That's really the framework thing. And the real cool thing about frameworks is they're not difficult to change. They just take the right type of techniques and right type of processes to be able to add them.